First, I'll give you a brief introduction of myself. I'm Kinith Hettiarachchi, and I passed out in 2011. So that means almost 10 years back. And at that time, we had around 14, 15 students in our batch, although there were around 50 seats available. And first, we had a common program in first 2 years, and then I selected IT as my specialization area. And I think that was one of the best decisions that I have ever taken in my life. And I'm glad that there are many people have taken the same decision. So if it's your passion, then you're in the correct path. Okay, so currently I'm working as head of quality assurance for Axis Medical. So you heard that Cantel Lanka name was there. So we recently changed to Axis Medical. And Axis Medical is a Belgium-based healthcare software provider for Europe as well as in other regions of the world since early 2000s. So, and in my QA team, there are 3 members from our IT department. So when you join an IT company, many people will ask you questions like whether you are from that university, this university. So Japura is also in the list now. So it's over to you to take it from there. Okay, so if you have any doubts whether you are going to fit the industry, whether your knowledge is enough, then you can see the speakers here. You saw Shamil was speaking, so you have examples. Yes, you can do it, and with the knowledge you have and the skills you have, you can compete with anyone. I can assure you that. Okay, then I will give you a brief summary of my career. First, after passing out, I worked as a temporary IT instructor in the IT department because the department gave us the opportunity to work as instructors for first year students. So that was also a great opportunity for us to improve our communication skills, and also we had time to learn new things. So then in 2012, I joined Axis Medical as a junior QA engineer, and that opportunity was brought to me by one of my batchmates, Lakshini. She's also in the list of speakers today. And so I believe that you should also be in touch with your friends or batchmates even after you are passing out. So that is important, so that when there's a vacancy, you can share it with your friends. You know, it's always better to have someone in the team in your workplace. So then I got promoted as a QA engineer, and during this time I realized that manual testing is not the only thing that a QA should be doing. And at that time, automation was not started there, but still I saw that it's coming. And I prepared myself by learning, like I did a lot of self-learning, and there is a good learning material on the web, like in the internet, you can find that. And I studied different tools, scripting languages like Python or JavaScript, and different tools like Selenium and so on, and also other continuous integration tools like Jenkins. And so I did a lot of self-studies, as I said, and when the company started automation, I could go and say that I could also do that because I was prepared. So I advise you to keep that awareness of the trends that are coming and be prepared for that also. So then I got promoted as a senior QA automation engineers from more weight. I put more weight to the automation side there. And soon after that, I could get to the position of head of automation. And during this period also, I had some self-studies about QA's management aspects, and then I got the opportunity to lead the QA team. Okay, so I think the courses and subjects I learned in the university, whether it is directly related to what I'm doing now or not, it provided me the background and the base, right? So for example, I was learning system analysis and design, software engineering, IT project management or IT management. Those things helped me a lot to put the base. So because of that, I knew that what is the development process and what is the each team is doing there, and how does my role fit into that process, right? So you already have that knowledge, and you can also improve yourself by putting some effort into any path. So talking about my internship, I got the opportunity to get my internship at IT department of Central Bank, and the main focus there was on the business analysis side, because they were assigned me to a task of creating a software requirement specification that they were building a new system, and I had to collect all the requirements and prepare a document. And so I had already learned the subject, as I mentioned, the system analysis and design, database design and development, and management information systems, software engineering. So all this knowledge have helped me to prepare the document in a better way. And apart from the main task that was given to prepare the SRS, I could also talk to people. Like I had to, because I had to collect information from different people. So I could talk to people from different backgrounds, different areas of specializations, and different age categories. So that was also important, because these people have experiences, and these experiences are not, cannot be taught, right? You have to talk and share with others. So uh, I could do that also. And I think, as I said, talking to people is very important, not only to improve a knowledge, but to learn to have good human relations between the people you work with, right? And you can learn a lot from their experiences. And other thing I would like to tell is that you don't just pick an internship just because you have to complete it for a subject, right? Always think about your skill set. What are you good at, right? And what are you passionate about? So if you can match these things, you will find a good opportunity, and you will love working there, and you will get more knowledge, because from inside you are dedicated to that. And again, don't just go there and spend time. Let's say 6 months. Don't just go there in the morning and do whatever they are assigning and come back. Try to use that time very wisely, because it is uh, a very useful time for you in your future career as well, because this is a good opportunity to you to learn new things without risking anything, because there's no risk, right? You won't be put or you won't get fired because you are not performing well, or you did a mistake. You are allowed to do mistakes and learn. So because this is a good opportunity for you to learn things, and as I said, talk to people, learn from their experiences, right? And there are no such thing called stupid questions. Like, you don't have to be afraid if I ask these questions, what that person will think about you. No, they will help you. They are ready to help you, because anyone would like to have someone asking them a question about something they have the experience, right? So they will help. And complete whatever the task that you are assigned in the best way you can, and keep a good relationship with the team that you work with, because sometimes we decide to hire interns into our permanent staffs. So if we see a good fit with the skill sets and the human relations that you are having with the team, and the attitudes that you have, sometimes you will get an opportunity to join the company, that company, as a permanent employee. and and also remember these things when you select an internship, as well as while you're working there, so it will be a benefit for you. And if you are selecting QA path, where can you go? Okay. And starting your career as a QA doesn't mean that you will work as a QA for the entire life, right? I mean, you are not dying at the workplace, but you have many paths you can open based on the skill sets that you develop during this time, right? For example, if you develop soft skills, then you may change your track towards management, like project managers are there, QA managers are there, business analysts are there. And if you develop hard skills, again, you may get into more specialized area of QA, like performance testing, security, or test automation, as I did. So you can switch paths. There are opportunities, or you can switch to development track also if you have that opportunity in your company. And for there, you can be a technical lead or head of development. You can develop yourself from that point. And the opportunities or these paths may vary depending on the company that you work with, that for sure. But you can always look outside of opportunities if it cannot be achieved within the your current employment. So in these discussions, we are mainly focusing on finding a job somewhere else, right? So, but this does not mean that you can do something for your own. If you have a business idea and a skill set to develop that as a software, then you may even start something for yourself, right? There's no limit. Okay, then there are a few things that I want to you to remember as a few last points. The first thing is don't be so quick to decide you cannot do something. Okay, because until you do something new for real, you don't exactly know how will it be going, right? So it's not fair to make that decision before you doing that, because in my experience, when I first started automation, like, I didn't know anything about that. I was a good manual tester, of course, but automation was a brand new thing for me. But I could learn that and do it well. And so accept these challenges and at least give it a try before you give up. Okay. And keep yourself up to date with the trends and technologies, because IT is an industry that improves or upgrades in every second. New technologies are built, existing technologies are changing, they are improving. So don't stop learning, and continuously you can learn from the internet, as I said, or you can follow higher studies. So whatever you do, don't stop learning and keep yourself up to date. And finally, be a good message to the industry from Japura, because for any university, if you have an image of a given university in your mind, that's because of the students that are in the industry. So you are the people who are going to build that image. So that will be a good thing for your juniors as well. So keep that in mind as well. So that's all from my side. I hope that the things that I have expressed here might be useful for you. And yeah, thank you. And you can contact me for any matter using these emails, or just search me on Facebook or Google. You will find me, and you can always contact me. Okay, then that's all from my side. And yeah, thank you.
So, first of all, hi, and thanks for giving me this opportunity. And pardon my background. This is my daughter's room. Um, this used to be my room, but then that happened. So, anyway, um, so when I'll give you some background. So, um, so I passed out in Japura in 2007. We are the first batch for MIS. So Dr. Gunawardana, so one of our lecturers, actually one of our favorites. So yeah, um, so if I'm talking about my back then and now, so um, now I'm working at AUT as a IT consultant, mainly database consultant. So um, to get to this part, so I did like a lot of um, there were a lot of changes in my career. I'll give you good example. I'll give you why I had to do that. So I passed out in 2007, 2006, 2007. Um, so I started my first job as a network administrator while I was in Japura. And because back then also a lot of friends told me you can't wait until you um, you know finish your grad like degree and then uh, someone's gonna offer you a job. So because of that, I had to st- start something like very um, early stage. So I joined with Mobile Lanka as a network administrator. First, it was sort of like a um, voluntary, and then got some. And then so then after passing, while I was in Japura, so I had to do a lot of extra uh, studies as well, like BCS. So back then I thought networking is the best way to go. So I did CCNA and light telesis, that kind of certifications. And that led me to what I want to go there. Like back then so I'll tell you why I'm saying this, because back then what I wanted to do is like find a job, uh, get a good salary, and sort out my life. So that's what I thought. So my so that's why I was like studying networking, do all the qualifications. I should do CCNA, CCNP, and CCIP. So that kind of mentality I had. But so I was doing a lot of other certifications like MCSA, MCSE. Um, so because back then we wanted to like be generalized. Um, so I was doing here and there. I'll go to the um, before I go there, I'll tell you then what I had to do is like so then um, uh, around 2010 I joined with a European company as a um, IT consultant as well. So back then also, because I didn't do a lot of I didn't have much specialized skills, because I got certifications from everywhere. So I was a generalized, so can go as an IT administrator, but you're a um, you jack like all the trades, but you're not specialized on single uh, criteria. So, um, but that time, so I was like thinking, so what should I do? Then I got this. I was like thinking, I should migrate somewhere. So then I was like, yeah. So I migrated to New Zealand in 2012, and then I joined with um, uh, one of the leading schools in New Zealand as a network manager. And then after that, so networking was like my career, but then I didn't love it. So I was like, uh, after a couple of years, I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to study. So I really like. Uh, I wanted to study about digital forensics, like network security, information security. That was my heart desire. So back then, so that was too late for me, sort of. But still, I was like, no, I'm gonna do it. So I quit from my job and I joined with AUT, Auckland University, as a technician level, sort of like still networking involved, but I joined as a lower level and I studied, I did my master's digital forensics. So and then after that, I became a IT consultant in Auckland University. So I'll I'll give you what I'm trying to say. So what I'm trying to say is, because all of you are really young and you have enough time, so don't generalize. This is my own opinion with my own experience. So don't generalize, try to be specialized, and also do what your heart desire. Not don't think like, this gonna get me a job, this gonna get me into job market, and then after that, I'm gonna change my job to a different sector and go here and there, uh, because once you in the field, it's there there's gonna you're gonna find million reasons that you can't get out from there, and then time passes. So and then you're gonna be like, uh, you might. So if I mean, because I was in New Zealand, I got good opportunity because I could change my career. Or I just quit, and I changed my career to I went like from network manager to IT technician, and then I thought to study. So, but in Sri Lanka, most of you might stay in Sri Lanka. So in Sri Lanka, you might not find that easy. So I would say, when you're young, be specialized and do what you love, and select what you love to do. But I mean, by now you should, I mean, you guys should know, oh, this is what I'm good at, and this is what I like, and this is because, uh, I mean, even though if you're not good at something, you can learn, because anything, I mean, if you hard desire, and if you love to learn, because what you got Google, and you can learn everything from there. If you spend, there's a saying, right? If you want to become a master on something, you only need 10,000 hours. That is like 1 year. You only need to study 1 year, that's all. So so pick what are your interest, be specialized on that, and I'm pretty sure that that will lead you to success. That's yeah, that's from my experience. So, and the other thing, well, once you are in this field, whatever the field you go, just because you're by doing I think all of you doing MIS, I might be wrong, but from Japura, there is a good reputation all over the world. Trust me, because um, even in, I mean, New Zealand, everyone knows University of Jakarta, not because of the infrastructure or the buildings or anything, because of the previous pass out. I'm blessed because of the previous pass out. They have kept that name because everyone knows, oh, that guy from Japura, oh, he's a good person. He can do something. So and because, I mean, we should thankful to all the lecturers for that, because of them they created that kind of icons, and you guys already got that. You guys already got your base. So what you need is like, from my point of view, so I would say, um, be specialized on something and learn. I mean, of course, once you are in IT, some say it's a disadvantage because you need to do certifications every every year, because but I think that's good, because that gives you self satisfaction, right? Once you do something and once you get that certification, that pleases you, so that gives you, oh, in your head, it's gonna, I mean, you're gonna think like, I'm good at this, I'm still good at it. So that kind of self-satisfaction you're gonna get. So I would say, be specialized and do what your heart desire, and not because of, and I mean, if not because of the, don't disregard the other stuff if you can. That would be the best. I mean, that that's my advice for you guys. So yeah, I mean, yeah, that's mainly, I mean, it's very short. I'm not prepared for a lengthy speech, but that's all I have to say. So you can get in touch with me via LinkedIn, even though I'm not good at with this social media and stuff. I'm definitely going to reply even after 3 months time. Dr. Gunawardhan knows about that. So yeah, and yeah, that's all.
Good morning, all of you. I am Lakshini Zoysa from Axis Medical. So currently I worked as a senior QA engineer at this company. From in the university, I passed out in 2011. So after that, I joined as a IT instructor in the department. After that, I joined the Axis Medical. So this is my first job. So I'll try to share my opinions to you. So in the university, you may learn a lot of subjects. So sometimes you may realize that why we learn a lot of subjects and how we can apply those subjects in the real world. That means in the company. So I give a small summary regarding that. So you may learn about system analysis and design. So that knowledge of we can use in the company. So as a QA engineer, so we can read the requirement and identify the requirement clearly, and we can derive test designs. And after that, using those test design, we can derive test cases. ඒ කියන්නේ අතට system analysis and design subject එක අපි ඉගෙන ගත්ත ඒ knowledge එක අපිට use කරන්න පුළුවන් අපිට real ඒ කියන්නේ company එකක වැඩ කරනකොට ඒකෙන් test design එකක් හදලා එතකොට ඒ test design එක බලාගෙන අපිට පුළුවන් test cases හදාගන්න. එතකොට ඒ test cases use කරලා අපිට පුළුවන් වෙනවා අපිට ඒ හදලා දෙන system එක testing කරන්න. So ඒක නිසා අපිට ඇත්තට මේ system analysis and design කියන subject එක ඒ විදිහට IT company එකක් තුල use කරන්න පුළුවන්. Another subject is DBMS, that means database management system. So you all know about that. There are different kind of databases, that mean Oracle, MySQL, like that. So each and every company, they use databases, and we have to double check whether the data is correctly saved in that database. So to do that, we have to have that knowledge. ඒ කියන්නේ අතට අපි testing එකක් දැන් QA role එකෙන් ගත්තොත් අපිට මොකක් හරි test කරන්න දුන්නොත් අපි බලන්න ඕනේ හරි as a example අපි ගත්තොත් අපි user කෙනෙක් අලුතින් හැදුවා කියන්නකෝ. එතකොට අපි ගිහිල්ලා බලන්න ඕනේ ඒ අපි enter කරපු data හරියට DB එකේ save වෙලා තියෙනවද කියලා. ඉතින් ඇත්තට DB එකේ save වෙලා තියෙනවද කියලා බලන්න අපි ඒ data filter කරලා බලන්න ඕනේ. ඊට පස්සේ සමහර වෙන අපිට එක එක වෙන queries run කරගන්න ඕනේ වුණොත් අපි DBMS ඒ knowledge එක use කරලා ඒවා data query කරලා බලන්න පුළුවන්. ඒ වගේම තව අපිට ඕන වෙනවා සමහර tables එහෙම edit කරලා ඇත්තට manually ගිහිල්ලා edit කරලා බලන්න. ඉතින් ඇත්තටම බැලුවොත් මේ the database management system knowledge එක අපිට IT industry එකට ඇත්තටම වැදගත් වෙනවා. So each and every time we have to double check whether the record is saved correctly or not. Otherwise, the user will get a wrong impression that. So another example is the software engineer. In software engineering subjects, you may learn about different kind of development cycles. So as example, waterfall method, agile method, something like that. So when we move to the company, then but following the company process, you can identify that what is the development life cycle used in this company. So at that point, you can realize the software engineering subject you may learn in the university. So it will help you to identify the development life cycle. I think ඒ කියන්නේ ඇත්තට කැම්පස් එකේදී අපි ඉගෙන ගන්න කිසිම සබ්ජෙක්ට් එකක් අපතේ යන්නේ නැහැ. ඇත්තටම ඕගලන්ට ඒක වැදගත්කම තේරෙන්නේ ඕගලන් කවදා හරි ජොබ් එකකට ගිහිල්ලා ඒ ජොබ් එක කරගෙන යනකොට තමයි ඔයගලන්ට සමහර පොයින්ට් වලදී මතක නා මේ අපි මේවා ඉගෙනගෙන තියෙනවා නේද එහෙම කියලා. එතනම දැන් අපි මම උනත් දැන් වැඩ කරගෙන යනකොට ওই සිස්ටම් ඇනලිසිස් ඇන්ඩ් ඩිසයින් again ටෙස්ට් ඩිසයින් ගහන්න එහෙම ඇත්තට ඒ නොලෙජ් එක අපිට ලැබුණේ ඇත්තට කැම්පස් එකෙන්. ඉතින් ඒකින්ද හැමතිස්සෙම කැම්පස් එකේ උගන්වන දේවල් හිතන්න එපා ඒක අපතේ යන එකක් කියලා. කම්පැනි එකකට ගියාම තමයි ඔයගලන්ට ඒක රියලයිස් වෙන්නේ මොකක්ද කියලා. So earlier I said that I worked as a senior QA engineer. So each and every stream we can specialize by doing different kind of examination. So in a QA related examination, there is a called ISTQB. That means International Software Testing Qualification Board. So this is a internationally recognized examination. So it is a best exam for the quality assurance engineer. ඉතින් අතර මමත් දැන් QA ඉන්ඩස්ට්‍රි එකේ ඉන්නකොට මම හිතුවා මේ මොකක් හරි අපි මේ QA ඉන්න සයිඩ් එකෙන් ස්පෙෂලායිස් වෙන්න ඕන කියලා. එතකොට තමයි මම Google එකේ සර්ච් කරනකොට මට දැනගන්න ලැබුණා මේ ISTQB කියන එක්සෑම් එක ඇත්තටම හොඳ එකක් කියලා. ඊට පස්සේ මම ඒක ගැන පොඩක් ස්ටඩි කරලා ඉවර වෙලා ඊපස්සේ ඒකෙන් තියෙන එක්සෑම් එක ඇත්තටම ඒ වගේ එක්සෑම් එකක් කරන එක අපතේ යන්නේ නැහැ. ඒක ඇවිල්ලා added qualification එකක් වෙනවා. දැන් ඔයගලන් බලන්න අපි මොකක් හරි ඉන්ටර්විව් ඒ කියන්නේ ඉන්ටර්විව් එකට ෆේස් කරනවා නැත්නම් අපි මොකක් හරි ජොබ් එකකට ඇප්ලයි කරනකොට ඒගොල්ලන් ඉල්ලන රික්වයර්මන්ට් සෙට් එකේ තියෙනවා added qualifications කියලා එහෙම වෙනම list down කරලා. ඒතකොට අපි පුළුවන් තරම් මොන හරි added qualification හදාගෙන තිබුණොත් අපිට ඒක ඒ job opportunity එක ගන්න ඒක හොඳ chance එකක් වෙනවා. ඒකින්ද ඒ කියන්නේ මම දැන් කියන්නේ මේ QA related විතරක් නෙවෙයි. When you consider the development side, there are also some different kind of examination related to the coding level. So you can do whatever exam you are specialized. So it's a added advantage for your career life. So when you selecting a job, you have to keep in mind some points. So one thing is the think about your capacity. First, you have to identify the capacity. Otherwise, you cannot select what's the job. That means some students are familiar with the coding, and someone does not like with the coding and they are interested with the QA or networking or database related. ඒ කියන්නේ අපි හැමතිස්සෙම අපිට තියෙන capacity එක මොකක්ද කියලා බලා ගන්න. ඒ කියන්නේ තමන් ඇත්තටම කැමති මොකක්ද කියන එක select කරගත්තොත් ඔයාලගොල්ලන්ට ඔයගලන්ගේ path එක select කරගන්න ලේසි. දැන් හිතන්න කවුරු හරි ඉන්නවා එක්කෙනෙක් වැඩි coding වලට ඒ කියන්නේ development වලට කැමති නැහැ. හැබැයි එහෙම development වලට කැමති නැති එක්කෙනෙක් development side එකේ job එකක් හොයාගන්න try කරනවා කියන්නකෝ. එතකොට ඇත්තටම ඒක මම නම් කියන්නේ තමන් දැන් කොහොම හරි ඒ ජොබ් එක ගත්තා කියනකො ඊට පස්සේ කරගෙන යනකොට තමන්ට එපා වෙන්න පුළුවන්. මොකද තමන් තුල ඒකට කැමැත්තක් නැත්තම් ඒ ස්ට්‍රීම් එක තෝරගන්න එපා. හැමතිස්සෙම තමන් කැමති පැත්ත තෝරගන්න. ඒ පැත්ත තෝරගෙන ඒ අනුව ඔයගලන්ට වැඩ කරගෙන යන්න පුළුවන් කියන එකයි මම කියන්නේ. ඒතර හැමතිස්සෙම ඒ නිසා තමන්ට තියෙන කැපැසිටි එක, ස්ට්‍රෙන්ත්, තමන්ට තියෙන හැකියාවන් මොනවද? ඒ ඔක්කොම ටික කන්සිඩර් කරලා බලලා තමන් තනියම හිතන්න. මට මේ දේවල් මේ විදිහට කරගන්න පුළුවන්. එහෙනම් මට මේ පැත්තට යන්නේ එක හොඳයි. අනිත් එක දැන් ඩෙවලොප්මන්ට් සයිඩ් එක ගත්තොත් ඔයගලන්ට ගොඩක් වෙලාවට ඩෙවලොප්මන්ට් සයිඩ් එකේ ගොඩක් කැපවීමක් කරන්න වෙනවා. ඒ කියන්නේ ඩෙවලොප් කෝඩින් කරන එක ලේසි දෙයක් නෙවෙයිනේ. ඒ හින්දා හැමතිස්සෙම තමන්ට තියෙන කැපැසිටි එක consider කරන්න. Another point is a communication. When we working in a company, we have to communicate to each other. That means as a QA engineer, you have to communicate with the developer. And if you when you read some requirement, there may be some unclear area. So you have to discuss those things with the developer, or otherwise you have to go to the architecture level and you have to communicate those things. So you have to clearly understand what the need of the what the needs. So in that case, communication is a play a major role. ඒ කියන්නේ ඇත්තට අපි කම්පැනි එකක වැඩ කරනකොට අපිට කමියුනිකේෂන් කියන එක ඕනේ වෙනවා. දැන් ඔයාලට මොකක් හරි වැඩ කරගෙන යනකොට ප්‍රශ්නයක් වුණොත් මේක කාගෙන්වත් අහන්නත් බෑ. ඊට පස්සේ තමන් තනියෙන්ම කරගන්න ගියොත් වෙන්නේ සමහරක් වෙලට ඕගොල්ලෝ දෙන අවුට්පුට් එක ඇවිල්ලා වැරදි එකක් වෙන්න පුළුවන්. ඒ හින්දා හැමතිස්සෙම දැන් මං ගත්තොත් මං QA රෝල් එක කරන්නේ. ඒතර මම මොකක් හරි software එකක් ටෙස්ට් කරන්න නම් මම requirement එක clearly දැනගෙන ඉන්න ඕනේ. මං requirement එක clearly දන්නේ නැතිව මට බෑ හරියට ඒක ටෙස්ට් කරන්න. ඉතින් ඒ හින්දා communication එක use කරලා අපි දැනගන්න ඕනේ මං වැඩ කරන ඒ developerත් එක්ක ඒක කතා කරන්න ඕනේ. requirement එක හරියට clear කරගන්න. ඒක එහෙම clear වුණේ නැති වුණොත් ඊට උඩ level එකට ගිහිල්ලා හරියට අපි හැමදේම clear කරගෙන ඕනේ එතනින් එහාට යන්න. නැත්තම් අපි දෙන්නේ වැරදි දෙයක් තමයි අන්තිමට end result එක වෙන්නේ. Another point is eager to learn. So when you stop learning, you will be outdated. Every minute technology is updated. So if you are not updating with the technology, then you are stay with the outdated one. So keep in mind to everyday update with the technology. ඒ කියන්නේ හැමතිස්සෙම technology එක ගත්තොත් ඒක දවස ගානේ update වෙවි යනවා. අපි technology එකත් එක්ක update වෙන්නේ නැතිව හිටියොත් වෙන්නේ අපි කලින් දැන් කැම්පස් එක ඇතුළත ඉගෙන ගත්ත ඒ ටික විතරයි. හරි. ඒ මානසිකත්වයෙන් හිටියොත් අපිට එතනින් එහාට යන්න විදිහක් නැති වෙනවා. ඒතකොට අපි අර පරණ කට්ටිය ඉන්න සෙට් එකකට තමයි වැටෙන්නේ. ඒ හින්දා මම කියන්නේ හැමතිස්සෙම ඕගොල්ලෝ කම්පැනි එකකට ගියාම ටෙක්නොලොජි එකත් එක්ක up to date වෙන්න. Another point is team working. Because when you go to the company, you cannot work with alone. Because it's a team effort. If you build a software, then it's a combination of lot of people. So you have to work with a team. If you don't have a teamwork ability, then it's very difficult to work in the company. ඒ කියන්නේ අතරම ටීම් වර්ක් කියන එක අපිට ඕනේ කම්පැනි එකක වැඩ කරගෙන යනකොට. මොකද ඕගොල්ලෝ තනියම හැමදේම කරගන්න අපිට විදිහක් නැහැ. එහෙමනම් ඇත්තට කම්පැනි එකට ගිහලා වැඩ කරන්න අමාරුයි. හැමතිස්සෙම අපි වැඩ කරගෙන යනකොට තව එක්කෙනෙක්ගේ හෙල්ප් එකක් ගන්න වෙනවා. ටීම් එකක් විදිහට වැඩ කරන්න ඕනේ. මොකද end result එක විදිහට software එකක් එන්නේ ඒක ඉන්ඩිවිජුවල් එකක් නෙවෙයි. තමන් ඉන්න ඒ ටීම් එකේ කට්ටියගෙම collection එකක් විදිහට තමයි ඒක software එක out වෙන්නේ. ඒ නිසා you have to keep in mind with the teamwork. So those are the some kind of things you have to keep in mind when you selecting a job. So most of the time when you passed out from the university, you don't have any experiences. So you have to join to the company as a trainee or a junior one. So don't be afraid that you have to face all the responsibilities and do what you have to do. So if you do your job correctly, then you can go for future with a proper designation. So you have to keep in mind what you have the capacity. So ඇත්තටම ඒ කියන්නේ ඔයගොල්ලෝ ජොබ් එකක් කරගෙන යනකොට අපි කැම්පස් එකෙන් පාස් අවුට් වෙනකොට අපි කාටවත් එක්ස්පීරියන්සස් නැහැ. හැබැයි ඔයගොල්ලෝ ගිහලා টොප් ජොබ්ස් වල වගේ සර්ච් කරොත් හැම කම්පැනියක්ම හොයන්නේ ගොඩක් වෙලාවට 1 or 2 year experiences තියෙන එහෙම අය තමයි ඉල්ලන්නේ. ඒත් කවුරුත් හිතන්නේ එක්ස්පීරියන්ස් එක ගන්න කොහොමද කියන එක. ඒ නිසා මම කියන්නේ දැන් ලොකු පොසිෂන් වලට අපිට එකපාර යන්න බෑ. ට්‍රේනි විදිහට හරි අපි කම්පැනි එකකට ජොයින් වෙන්න. ට්‍රේනි විදිහට කම්පැනි එකට ජොයින් වෙලා එතනින් අපිට එතන ඕගොල්ලන්ගේ performance පෙන්නලා ඕගොල්ලන්ට පුළුවන් ඉතුරු levels වලට යන්න. So I think you may learn something from my session. So hope you all can get a good job in the future. Thank you.
Can you see my screen? Yes, sir, we can see.
Okay, right. First of all, I want to thank the department and the LASIK for giving this opportunity for presenting kind of experience for our newly interns. So let's start. Okay, and this is me, and I'm Thiwanka, currently working as a project manager in Ascension IT. It's a uh, Australian-based company, and we have a development center in here, and main operations is happening in Australia. So that's all about the main idea about the company thing, and these are the things what we currently using. මට කටියට පොඩ්ඩක් ඕනේ එක්ස්ප්ලේන් කරන්න අපි දැනට යූස් කරන්නේ මොනවද කියන එක ගැන. එතකොට අපේ තියෙනවා ඩිවලොප්මන්ට් ස්ටැක් එකක් සහ ටෙස්ටිං ස්ටැක් එකක්. ඉතින් මේ ස්ටැක්ස් එක තමයි අපි මේන්ලි යූස් කරන්නේ අපේ software projects වලට. ඇත්තටම අපි mainly develop කරන software applications, and we have a platform called Cloudshed, and it is kind of relating with telco providers. We promoting as a telco platform. That's a separate platform that telcos can come on board with this platform, and they can easily provide the digital services to the end customers. And we are the one who currently handling the SLT storage. Anyone who is using SLT storage, we are the developer of that SLT storage using this platform currently. And this is our development stack. If you all know about some development stacks, we have kind of a front-end application and the mobile application as well, the desktop applications and the mobile applications as well. So the desktop applications we currently using kind of HTML, React.js, PHP, and mainly for the mobile application we using the Flutter. And there are a few layers I have put here, and many of these stacks are open source stacks. We mainly using a lot of open source stack to develop our applications. So these are kind of this is kind of a security layer what we are using, and we coding language we using as a Golang, and also we using a E2 framework. That's a PHP framework. There are a few PHP frameworks. If you use coding PHP, there E2, Laravel, and the most famous PHP coding frameworks. And we using Golang. Actually, we kind of shifting our PHP stack to the Golang right now. And this is a kind of a new language, I need to say. It is because we are going to use kind of a previously many users using kind of a REST API, and with the Golang we also can use the REST API as well. And there is a new thing called gRPC, and it is more faster than the REST API call. So that's what we trying to go with these kind of stacks, right? You all can search these from the YouTube or the Google, and you can get more idea about these stacks and the Kafka, MySQL, MariaDB, and a lot of database side. You also can learn from that. And when it's come to the testing side, I think Chamil and the Kinith and also mentioned kind of stack these stacks. You all can see and learn these stuffs, right? Kind of automate testing environments. So these are the stuff that we currently using for our development side. Okay, let's go with where I started. My first company is OpenArch Systems, where the place that I learned mainly the programming. And you all can see this institute is still in, I think, Kirulapan area right now. Before that, it is located in what you call, I can't remember the place. Anyway, then I started, once I finished that course, then I joined the same company. They have a software firm, and I started a training programmer when I'm studying in university from 2003 to 2004 period. Then in my final year, I joined the HNP Assurance. This is my second place where I started working as same position in the training programmer in 2005. I just want to tell you about this company because I have worked there for around 10 to 11 years. When I started as a training programmer, let me start with this way. They called me as a interview for the position. I know this is kind of a training programmer, so I thought of having to something to demonstrate them, right? මම මොකද කරේ 1 week within 1 week වගේ මම බැලුවා මොකක් හරි මම ඒ දවස්වල ගොඩක් use කරේ VB6 use කරේ කියන්නේ ඒ දවස්වල තිබ්බ programming language එක VB6 ඉතින් මම කරේ 1 week within 1 week වගේ time එකක් ඇතුළත මම develop කරා පොඩි application එකක් demonstrate කරන්න කියලා interview එකට. හරි මට මතකයි මම develop කරේ අර තියෙනව කටිය කරලා ඇති පොඩි කාලේ අර number sequence එක හදන්න තියෙන පොඩි gadget එකක් තියෙන 1 to 9 වෙනකම්. ඉතින් ඕක digitalize කරලා පොඩි VB වලින් හැදුවා මේ program එක. හරි. ඒක මම එච්චරම මේ demonstrate කරන්න ඕනේ නැහැ. interview එකේදී කට්ටිය එච්චර ලොකු දෙයක් expect කරලා තිබ්බේ නැහැ. හැබැයි මම ඒක anyway මේ prepare කරගෙන ගියා. මොකද මේ ඒක මම හිතුවා මට හොඳයි කියලා ඒ වගේ දෙයක් demonstrate කරන්න තිබුණොත්. ඉතින් ඊළඟ ප්‍රශ්නේ තමයි they asked me to explain it rather than demonstrate it. They asked me to explain it. ඉතින් එතනදී ඇත්තටම පොඩි ප්‍රශ්නයක් වුණා. මොකද මම හිතන්නේ මම 30 minutes වගේ explain කරන්න පටන් ගත්තා English, but I wasn't good at English at that time. So I was stuck in the middle of the interview. So I just stopped and there's a lady and for a lady from the IT side and one guy from the HR side. So I just stopped and asked, can I explain in Sinhala? Right? Okay, go ahead. That's what I got saying. I explained it within 20 minutes and they are really happy about what I use, the logics and everything, what I have placed in the program. They love to see it anyway. Then I got the job. So I worked there. Yeah, let me share with the next screen. This is my HNP Assurance life that where I have started. When I'm joining there, only this right side, left side image, only 6 people in the department. I think currently there are around 30 or 35 staff. Almost myself and another one guy only for development. Right now, there are development team is around 10 to 12 people, right? And there are a lot of good memories in company, and I have shared with these little images that where we have been kind of outward bound training and stuff, right? So you all can find many people and friends, lifetime friends when you go out there. And so yes, and then I resigned from the HNB Assurance in 2016. Then I went to Japan for my master's degree. I just want to share this information because don't stuck with here, right? There are a lot of opportunities you can gain and get from the outside, right? I applied this university in 16 Jan, I remember. Yeah. You all can also go and see this website. I have put the website. And because of I'm telling you about the Japan, there are a lot of scholarships they're giving. I don't know the other countries giving such kind of scholarships, but many scholarships are given from Japan. You even can get 100% scholarship for your learning. You just want to have to pay your apartment fee and living fee and everything paid from the university, right? So just go and see and try to apply and search from the web. See, I'm just showing you only one university. There are a lot of universities in Japan. They're providing a lot of scholarships, right? Just search it and see. And you also can apply online. You don't want to talk to them, man. The only problem when you try to go to Japan kind of country, you have to when you finish the masters or any other program, you have to have a Japanese language to get a job. That's the hard part when you try to study in Japan. But you can learn from English actually. My university where I learned, it's totally English university. There are a lot of other English universities, but only problem, try to find a job, you have to kind of master the Japanese, not mastered level, kind of N3 level or N2, not need of N2, yeah, N2 or N3 level of Japanese required for find a job in Japan. So if you decide to go, better to learn some Japanese here, at least 1 or 2 years, then apply for these kind of things. Actually, there are a lot of multinational big companies in Japan. So you once you finish your masters or the other the courses you apply, once you finish, you can easily get a job if you good with the Japanese level, right? Okay. So let me take you with the main ideas of when you apply for an intern, right? I listed out a few things. One I just wanted to highlight is punctual, right? Yeah, I remember when I asked to interview in H&P Assurance, I didn't know where the place that company is located, right? මට මතකයි එතකොට Google Maps මේ ලොකුවට තිබ්බෙත් නෑ මට මතක හැටියට. ඉතින් මම කරේ මොකද ඉන්ටර්විව් එකට කලින් දවසේ ඇත්තටම ලොකේෂන් එක හොයාගන්න ගියා. මොකද මට එකක් ඉන්ටර්විව් එක මට මාර වැදගත් ඒ වෙලේ. මට වෙලාවට යන්න කියන තැන හොයාගෙන මට යන්න බැරි වෙයි කියන ප්‍රශ්නේ හින්දා මම ඊට කලින් දවසේ ගිහිල්ලා තැන බලාගත්තා කොහෙද තියෙන්නේ කියලා. හරි. ඉතින් යන්නේ වගේ කියන්නේ වෙලාවක් කිව්වහම මේක on time වැඩේ කරන එක. මේක හැම තැනටම apply වෙන දෙයක්. කියන්නේ ඔයාලට මොකක් හරි වැඩක් දුන්නත් ඒක online on time ඒ වැඩේ හරියට ඉවර කරලා එක මීටින් එකක් set up කරොත් ඒ මීටින් එකට හරියට ගිහිල්ලා ඒ punctuality එක තියාගන්න ඕනේ work කරනකොට. It is a must, right? ඊට පස්සේ self learning එක මම හිතන්නේ අපි හැමෝම කතා කරපු දෙයක්. self learning කියන එක හරිම important. work කරන්න ගියපුවාම work කරන condition එකේ self learning කියන එක ඔයාලා passionate කරන දේ, right? passionate කරන දේට full time එකයි commitment එකයි දාලා self learning කරන්න. يعني මොකද ඊළඟ point එකත් එක්ක මේක මාර related වෙනවා. මොකද මේ do not expect spoon feeds. හරි. මොකද දැන් තියෙන environment එකත් එක්ක සහ ප්‍රශ්නත් එක්ක අපි ඉන්ටර්න් කෙනෙක් හැටියට ජොයින් වුණාට පස්සේ අපි දෙන මොකක් හරි ටාස්ක් එකකට අපිට ෆුල් ටයිම් ඇලොකේට් කරන්න බැරි වෙනවා සීනියර් කෙනෙක්. හරි. එතකොට ටයිම් ටු ටයිම් තමයි වාට කමියුනිකේට් කරන. වාට මේ සීනියර් කෙනෙක් එක්ක පොඩ්ඩක් වැඩ කරන්න වෙනවා. වාට මොකක් හරි ටාස්ක් එකක් අසයින් කරපුවාම මේක කොහොමද කරන්නේ? හරි. ඒක කොහොමද කරන්නේ කියන එක self learn කරන්න ඕනේ. හරි. හැම වෙලෙම අර මේ සීනියර්ට ළඟට ගිහිල්ලා මේක කොහොමද කරන්නේ මේක කොහොමද කරන්නේ එහෙම නෙමෙයි තමන්ගේ අයිඩියා ටිකකුත් දාලා ඒක ගේන්න පුළුවන් නම් ගොඩක් මේ හොඳයි එතෙන්ට එක්ස්පෙක්ටේෂන් එකට කියනවා දෙයක් තනියෙන් ඉගෙන ගන්න. තනියෙන් ඉගෙන ගන්න එක තමයි මාරම ඉම්පෝටන්ට් වර්ක් එන්වයරන්මන්ට් එක. ඊට පස්සේ අනිත් එක තමයි learn everything කියන්නේ හැමදේම ඉගෙන ගන්න බලන්න. හරි. මගේ ඔපිනියන් එක නම් first 1 to 2 years වගේ යනකම් full time හැම දෙයක් ගැනම ඉගෙන ගන්න. right ඔය ස්පෙસિෆික් කරන ඒරියා එකක් තියෙනවනේ ඒක ස්පෙસિෆික් කරගෙන යන්න. ඒ ගමන් අනිත් හැම දෙයක්ම කම්පැනි එක වෙන්නේ මොකක්ද කියන එක ඉගෙන ගන්න. මොකද ඒක රිලේට් වෙනවා understand the business එක understand කරන එකට. හරි. මොකද බිස්නස් එක අන්ඩර්ස්ටෑන්ඩ් කරන්න නැතුව කට්ටියට කිසිම දෙයකට ඉන්වෝල්ව් වෙන්න හරි අමාරුයි. කියන්නේ බිස්නස් එක අන්ඩර්ස්ටෑන්ඩ් කරන එක මාර ඉම්පෝටන්ට්. ඉන්ටර්න් කෙනෙක් හැටියට හරි ඊළඟ ලෙවල් එකකදී හරි ඔයාලා ජොබ් එකක් කරන්න ගියපුවාම ඉම්පෝටන්ට්ම දේ තමයි බිස්නස් එක ලර්න් කරගන්න එක. මොකද බිස්නස් එක even if you go with the developer you have to understand the business. You can't do just the coding without knowing what you're doing, right? Even if you want to create kind of a screen or something, you have to get idea about the business, how it's going and how the things are processing, right? මොකද මගේ experience එකෙන් මම කියන්නේ මොකද මට හම්බෙලා තියෙන internsලා මම වැඩ කරලා තියෙන internsලාත් එක්ක they are really lack of understanding the business. Then we have to keep learning them or give feedback to them. This is the business, this is the business, this is what happening. Right? Again, the business understanding කියන එක මාර important work culture එකට ගියපුවාම. Right? ඒකටත් example එකක් තියෙනවා. මොකද මම ඉස්සලාම insurance HNB assurance joined in 2005. 2005 join වෙනකොට I don't know anything about, I don't have any clue about the policy insurance. They got me as a trainee programmer. I need to deliver within 6 months for a insurance underwriting application for the branches. There is no one to spoon feed me. I just learn myself for the what is insurance and how it going processing. So what is called the policy, right? So within 6 months I have learned it and design and develop application to the branches. These kind of challenges you will get. That is why I am telling you, take challenges, right? Don't give up. Take challenges. මොන challenge එකක් තිබුණත් ඒ challenge එක පාර ගන්න. right? ඒ challenge එක තමයි මාර විදියට important වෙන්නේ ඔයාගේ career එක ඉස්සරහට ගෙනියන්න. Take that challenge. Right? Then the communication එක ඊට පස්සේ must එකක්. මොකද මම ඇත්තටම දැන් වැඩ කරන විදිහට අපි work from home වැඩ කරන්නේ. ඉතින් communication කියන එක මාරම important. මේ මොකද අපි office එක වැඩ කරනවා නම් we can see people there, right? We can talk to them and see what's happening, what's going on, everything we can see, right? When you virtually working, it is really hard, right? This is not communication is not related only when we are working virtual, but when you work in as a physical or the department even. So you have to communicate with the people. If someone gave you a task to complete within 5 days, if you see your position in Wednesday, if you started in Monday, if you see on Wednesday, see that you are not going to finish it on Friday, better to communicate on Wednesday. Don't keep it until Friday, just I did only this part. You better communicate, right? That is the main reason, need the communication, because other people think you're working on it and you get it done. But some reason you might don't know how to do it, or some kind of issues, you may be lack of something. So don't wait until the end. Better to communicate before the things happen, right? So that is the one another key point, right? Then show your colors, what you know. If someone gave you a task to do it in some way, so you can add something to it and show it. Don't stick to the current thing. So if you think this is going to be a good with this part, adding to this part, so you can add those things and show it. And these are the value additions you can gain, right? Okay, these are the, I just wanted to highlight in the key components. And the next thing is, I just want to tell you about this because I don't know about the other parties, but they see about these things. But think about these areas as well when you do it, working in a professional environment, right? Because many organizations mind of these things, they really, right? දැන් මම ඉන්ටර්ව් කරනකොටත් ගොඩාක් ස්ටුඩන්ට්ස් ලා කතා කරන්නේ sir, that is fine with the university, that the lecturers or anybody who calling as a sir, even I'm calling still the sir for what I that's it, sir, and the people. So when you go by industry, right, I feel like don't call it sir for anybody who doesn't know you, or even he doesn't know about you, or you doesn't know about him. So don't call it sir. And the other thing is, don't call by ayya or akka for the people who work with you. Just you can talk to them after the working hours or some sort of things. You can just call by Mr. or Miss, put the name Mr. Thiwanka or Mr. Janaka, right? Because this will downgrade yourself. Don't downgrade yourself, right? I really want to tell you about these things. මොකද සමහර companies මේ culture එකේම නෑ මේ වගේ කතා කරන ඒවා. They have kind of HR policies. Don't call by ayya or akka. Just call by Mr. or Miss with the last name or his first name. Right? Keep in mind these things when you go for interview. Even when you go for interview, you can just, if you don't know their name, just ask what is your name and put the Mr. and so explain about yourself. And sometimes when you talk calling this ayya and akka, එතකොට අර ඒ කට්ටිය හිතනවා දැන් ඔයාගෙන් තව වැඩ ගන්න පුළුවන්. right? කියන්නේ ඒ වගේ කල්චර්ස් උත් තියෙනවා. Because I have 10 plus 12 plus years of experience. When you're talking in this way, some people might think මුගෙන් අපිට හොඳට වැඩ ගන්න පුළුවන්. Okay. හරි. මට මේකත් කරපන් අන්න එහෙම කල්චර්ස් තියෙනවා. ඒකින්ද try to be professional in your career. Right? Okay. All right. Okay. I just want to share with you some kind of professional certifications and exam. I just put few, and you all can search many in the internet. Right. So kind of these professional in the left side top, these professional exams related to kind of a network side. Right. If you wanted to go with the security and everything in the network part, so you can go with this kind of all the certifications. There are entry-level certification, associate, professional, and you can go with this area. This is a kind of a different area, right? And if you like to go with kind of cloud side, cloud architecture side, and the cloud, not only the architecture, there are a lot of specialties in cloud area as well. I just put here only the AWS, there are Azure and the Google Cloud as well. So you all can search these certifications to get it done. Don't, I think at least get the entry level 1 or 2 certification before you leave the university. That's kind of my opinion. Don't wait until I just finish this and that. Just start something. You can learn a lot. Right? So just search this information on the web, so you can get a lot of information, right? And this is kind of a database side and the Oracle certifications. And one of that's the highest paying certification in the worldwide. So you all can learn these things by just searching. There is Oracle University or something. I got this information, so you can search and see if you want more information on these areas. And this area is mainly the project management side. I will explain a little bit more in next couple of slides for the project management certifications. Right? And I put this one because I think Lasit sir can explain you all these stuff more than me, and many of the open source certifications, right? There are a lot of paths you can choose to go beyond, right? That's up to you. You have to find your passion and what you love to do, right? මගේ idea එක නම් තියෙන්නේ first 1 or 2 years තියෙන හැම දෙයක්ම කරන්න, right? Then you find out your own passion. Then you start go with one direction. I think that would be great, right? And yeah, I'll just explain you a little bit of the project management side. Currently, there are 2 types of project management methods, as I want to say. One is kind of a waterfall method. Other is a agile way of doing the project management, right? This is a one of example that the waterfall process and the agile process, right? waterfall කියන method එක ගත්තොත් waterfall method එකේදී මේ මෙතන explain කරන විදිහට අපි define කරනවා requirement, ඊට පස්සේ design කරනවා. requirement එක define කරාට පස්සේ requirement එක define කරලා sign off කරාට පස්සේ project එක we can't change anything. හරි. ඊට පස්සේ අපි design කරනවා, code කරනවා, test කරනවා, implement කරනවා. හරි. එතකොට මෙතනදී වෙන්නේ ෆුල්ම අපි ෆුල්ම ස්කෝප් එක රික්වයර්මන්ට් එක ෆ්‍රීස් කරනවා. first stage එකේදී full requirement එක අරගෙන එතනදී freeze කරනවා requirement එක freeze කරාට පස්සේ no changes හරි ඒ change එක නැවතුවට පස්සේ අපිට වෙන ලොකුම ප්‍රශ්නේ තමයි අපි හිතමු මේක පටන් ගත්තේ January 1st අපි requirement එක freeze කරා ඔන්න design කරලා දැන් development එක පටන් ගන්නවා දැන් මේක almost යනවා කියලා හිතමු අපි 1 year වගේ project එක deliver කරන්න එතකොට project එක deliver කරන්න යනකොට තියෙන ප්‍රශ්නේ තමයි දැන් අපි මෙතනදී project status anyway update කරනවා client හැබැයි එකම ප්‍රශ්නේ after 2-3 months දෙනවා client ගෙන් requirement එකක් මෙන්න මේක change වෙන්න ඕනේ මෙතන. එතකොට අපිට මේ waterfall method එකේදී ගියොත් හරිම අමාරුයි අපිට මේ වගේ change එකක් මැදදී accept කරන්න. right ඊළඟ ප්‍රශ්නේ තමයි coding කරලා අපි හිතමු coding යනවා ඕගස්ට් වෙනකම් වගේ. ගිහිල්ලා ඔක්කොම ටික ඉවරයි. ඉවර වුණාට පස්සේ තමයි අපි ටෙස්ටිං පටන් ගන්න. ඒ ටෙස්ට් කරන්න ගියාට පස්සේ මොකද තියෙන්නේ? දැන් මාස 8ක් තිස්සේ කරපු කෝඩින් පාර්ට් එක තමයි අපි දැන් ටෙස්ට් කරන්න පටන් ගන්න. මෙතන ටෙස්ට් එකේ පළවෙනි බග් එක හම්බ වෙනවා ජනවාරි 1 වෙනිදා කවුරු හරි ටෙස්ට් කෙනෙක් කෝඩ් කෙනෙක් ලියපු කෝඩ් එකක්. මොකද වෙන්නේ? කෝඩ් සමහරවිට ඩෙවලොපර්ට මතකත් නැහැ මොකක්ද එතන ලිව්වේ කියලා. ලොජික් බලුවම. right ඉතින් අන්න ඒ වගේ ප්‍රශ්න තියෙනවා මේ waterfall කියන මෙතන එක. ඇත්තටම තාමත් waterfall method එක use වෙනවා නැත්තේ නෑ. right මම කියන්නේ waterfall එකේ තියෙන මේ ප්‍රශ්න. right ඉතින් ඒ වගේ ප්‍රශ්න තියෙනවා waterfall method එකේ. ඊට පස්සේ අපි agile method එකට ගියොත් ඇත්තටම agile method එකේදී වෙන්නේ project එක කඩනවා අපි ඒකට කියනවා basically backlog එක කියලා. හරි backlog එකක් ගහනවා product එකේ features ටික. right එතකොට ওই backlog එක maintain කරන්න ඉන්නවා අපි project owner කියලා කෙනෙක්. හරි project නෙවෙයි product owner. right ඒ product owner තමයි මේ features ටික list down කරන්නේ මේ project එකට අදාළව. ඊට පස්සේ ඒකේ ඒක ප්‍රයිවටයිස් කරනවා බිස්නස් වැලියු එක සහ බිස්නස් වැලියු එකත් එක්ක ප්‍රයිවටයිස් කරනවා බිස්නස් වැලියු එක টොප් එක තමයි උඩටම එන්නේ එකේ ඊට පස්සේ ඒක බිස්නස් වැලියු එක টොප්ම එකට දාලා ඒ විදිහට බිස්නස් වැලියු එක ඇප්ලයි කරලා ඒ විදිහට sort out කරලා ඒ බෑක්ලොග් එකෙන් අපි තුන් ෆීචර්ස් 10ක් තියෙනවා කියලා අපි මේ ෆුල් ප්‍රොජෙක්ට් එකට ඊට පස්සේ ඩෙවලොප්මන්ට් ටීම් එකත් එක්ක මේකෙන් සිලෙක්ට් කරගන්නවා අයිටම්ස් කීපයක් අපි ෆස්ට් ස්ටේජ් එකේ කරන්න. normally එකට කියනවා අපි ස්ප්‍රින්ට් එකක් කියලා. ස්ප්‍රින්ට් එකක් කියන්නේ normally 2 weeks. right 2 weeks වලින් තමයි ස්ප්‍රින්ට් එකක් රිලීස් වෙන්නේ. හරි. එතකොට මේ ස්ප්‍රින්ට් එකට ගන්න items 5ක් අපි හිතමු ගත්තා කියලා මෙතන backlog එකෙන්. එතකොට මේ items 5 දාගෙන අපි development එක කරගෙන යනවා. ඒ development not only the development එතනදී testing part එකත් යනවා. කියන්නේ production level එකට ගන්න පුළුවන් product මේ component එකක් තමයි මේක sprint එකකින් release වෙන්නේ. right එතකොට අපි දන්නවා මේ එන හැම එකක්ම test වෙලා ඉන්නේ. එතකොට sprint එක ඉවර වෙනකොට අපි workable feature එකක් introduce කරනවා client. එතකොට client උත් happy within 2 weeks එයාට තියෙනවා project එකේ බලන්න දෙයක් මොනවා හරි. right එතකොට එතෙන්ට එනකොට හැමතේම ටෙස්ට් වෙලත් ඉවරයි ප්‍රොජෙක්ට් එකේ. හරි. දැන් ඔහොම අපි හිතමු ස්ප්‍රින්ට් දෙකක් විතර යනකොට ඊට පස්සේ එනවා අලුතින් කෑල්ලක් ක්ලයන්ට් කියනවා මෙන්න මේක මට ඇඩ් කරලා දෙන්න මෙතෙන්ට කියලා. right එතකොට ඒ කියන්නේ කෙලින්ම ප්‍රොඩක්ට් ඕනර්ට. ප්‍රොඩක්ට් ඕනර් බලනවා මේකේ වැලියු එක කොහොමද කියලා. දැන්ට ලිස්ට් එකේ තියෙන වැලියුස් වලට වඩා බිස්නස් වැලියු එකක් තියෙනවා නම් එයා කරන්නේ ටග් ගාලා ඒක දානවා බිස්නස් වැලියු එකේ টොප් ප්‍රයොරිටි එක කරනවා. එහෙම කරපුවාම ඒක එනවා ඊළඟ ස්ප්‍රින්ට් එකට වැඩ කරන්න. කියන්නේ අර waterfall එක වගේ නෙමෙයි මේක මාරම flexible process එකක් තියෙන්නේ අපිට anytime අපිට changes අරගෙන මේ විදිහට apply කරගෙන යන්න පුළුවන්. agile method එක යනකොට. right ඕක තමයි මම මේ base එකක් කිව්වේ. ඔයාලට තව මේක ගැන ගොඩක් information දැනගන්න අවශ්‍ය නම් මම ෂෙයා කරන්නම් ඊමේල් එක සහ contact numbers මගේ අන්තිමට ඒ දේවල් එක මට කතා කරන්න මේ මම explain සහ මේ resources වලට share කරන්න අවශ්‍යයිට right okay right මෙතන තියෙන අතරම project management principles මේකේ basic areas 10ක් ගැන project management වල කතා කරනවා knowledge areas right මේ ටික තමයි knowledge areas කියන්නේ project management පැත්ත ගත්තොත් මේ details ඔයාලට බලන්න පුළුවන් ඕන එකක් details ඔයාලට check කරන්න පුළුවන් web එකේ පොඩ්ඩක් ගිහිල්ලා search කරලා බලන්න right එතකොට project management පැත්තේ certifications ගත්තොත් mainly තියෙන එකක් තමයි PMP project management professional කියලා යන එක ටිකක් tough exam එකක් කරන්න සහ ඊට පස්සේ තියෙනවා CAPM කියලා certified associate level එක project management යන එක right ඊට පස්සේ තියෙනවා Prince 2 කියලා exam එකක් Prince 2 එක ඇවිල්ලා ඒකට කියන්නේ project in control environment කියලා යන්නේ මේ certification එක එතකොට මේකේ රටවල් ගත්තොත් සමහරවිට Prince 2 එක Prince 2 එක වගේ උපකර වැඩිපුර බලන ඒවා තියෙනවා සමහර රටවල් වල කියන්නේ අපි තුමු UK and Europe countries and Australia and New Zealand වගේ රටවල් ගත්තොත් එයාලා PMP එකට නෙමෙයි first priority දෙන්නේ Prince 2 එකට second priority තමයි PMP යන්නේ එයාලා countries වල certifications right ඊට පස්සේ agile පැත්ත ගත්තොත් තියෙනවා ඔයාලට Scrum certifications Scrum පැත්තට සහ agile certifications වෙනම තියෙනවා ඒකට ඒකෙත් තියෙනවා දැන් ඇත්තටම parts දෙකක් තියෙනවා එකක් තමයි මේ normal Scrum certifications මේ Scrum certifications ඇත්තටම ගොඩක් මේ institute වලින් promote කරන එකක් තමයි Scrum Alliance එක තව එකක් තියෙනවා scrum.org කියලා එකක් right එතකොට ඒකේ තියෙනවා certifications ඒ වගේ certifications කරන්න පුළුවන් එතකොට CSM එක ඇවිල්ලා certified Scrum master එක තියෙනවා ඒකේ advanced certified Scrum master එක තියෙනවා ඊට පස්සේ තියෙනවා Scrum certified product owner කියන option එක ඊට පස්සේ advanced certified Scrum product owner කියලා යනවා ඊට අමතරව මේ ටිකට අමතරව එතන මේකෙදී ගොඩක් වෙලාවට මේ certifications මේ Scrum පැත්තේ යන certifications ගොඩක් මේවා කරලා තිබ්බේ individual කියන්නේ අපි හිතමු software එකක් project එකක් define කරන පැත්තට විතරයි. ඇත්තටම දැන් ඇවිල්ලා තියෙනවා මේ safe කියලා කියන්නේ scale agile කියලා. මේ scale agile එකෙන් ඇත්තටම mainly focus කරනවා full organization එකම කොහොමද agile කරන්න කියන එක. right ඒ certifications scale agilist කියලා යනවා ඊට පස්සේ product owner product manager and මේකට මට හරියට මතක නැහැ agile PM පැත්තට මොකක් හරි යන certification එකක් තමයි එතන දාලා තිබ්බේ. ඉතින් ඔය වගේ ගොඩක් paths තියෙනවා ඔයාලට study කරන්න. ඔයාලට හදා ගන්න. right especially මේ වගේ certifications මාර value එකක් තියෙනවා ඔයාලගේ career journey එකට professional wise. right okay right I think yeah you all can reach me with this is my official email address and this is my personal and this is my contact number this is my LinkedIn profile so you can search from the LinkedIn and connect me and you can ask any question for anything about the project management side or the software development side anything yes okay thank you very much